Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
It's good evening, Mohanish.
Sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, I sent you the homework. What you give me?
Yeah, okay, we'll discuss about that in class.
Okay, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. We'll wait for a few more minutes for the rest of the students to join, and we'll start with the class sharp by 6:10. Okay, meanwhile, I'll check with all your homeworks. Adrit, the different parts of a flower are pistil stigma. Pentacle, receptacle, sepal, petal, stamen, anther, and ovary. Okay. Aishwarya. Flower is made up of several different parts, each with unique functions. The main parts of the flower are sepals. These are the small leaf-like structures that protect the developing flower bud. Petals. The petals are colorful, often fragrant, part of the flowers that attract pollination. Stamen, the male reproductive part of the flower, consisting of the filament. Ovary, the base of the pistil, which contains one or more ovules that can develop into seeds after fertilization. Okay, very good, Aishwarya. Shruti. The different parts of the flower are petal, stigma, style, pollen tube, carpel, ovary, ovule, receptacle, sepal, stamen, anther, filament. Okay, very good, stated. Ashwat,
Yes, ma'am.
you haven't sent your homework, have you?
What, ma'am?
You didn't send me your homework, no?
Ma'am, I was absent on that day.
Okay, fine. Mohanish. Okay. Sepal. Petal parts and stamen at the pollen is produced. The mature shoots. Okay, very good, Mohanish. Soumya, did you send your homework?
What, ma'am?
Did you send me your homework?
No, ma'am.
Why haven't you sent me? Everybody has water. Why you didn't send it to me?
Ma'am, I was absent. I was absent for so many days. So
Okay.
I already looked at the recordings, but I wasn't able to catch up. So that's why I didn't do the homework. And I was traveling, so I didn't get time.
All right. Fine. So have you had time to completely sit and listen to the recording, or you still want more time?
No, yes, ma'am. I looked at the recordings.
You understood?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, fine. Getting back to our lesson. I'll share my screen in a minute, guys. Just give me a minute. All right. So we saw about the different types of roots and what their functions are in our last class. So today we'll be seeing about flowers, which is why I gave you that as a homework. So you all heard all of new terms, sepals, carpels, and all. So what that is in detail, we're going to see today. Okay. Okay. So now I'm just giving you an example based on an activity that's given in your book to learn about these parts more easily. So you need one bud and 2 fresh flowers each of any of the following that can be China rose, mustard, brinjal, lady's finger, or anything. You also need a blade and a glass slider or a sheet of paper, a magnifying glass, and water. Okay, so you're going to look at each part separately. So I know it's a bit more confusing when I'm actually reading out the activity. So I'll just draw the diagram of the flower over here for y'all. Wait a moment. Now, for example, a hibiscus. Okay, so when you're cutting the hibiscus from the center, okay, when you cut it from the center, this is you know that on top of the hibiscus you have things like this. Have you all noticed this? Have you all noticed this in a hibiscus? Yeah. So this is how an hibiscus looks when you cut it in the center. The center portion looks something like this. And then down you'll have the base leaf. This is how it looks when you cut it. Okay. Now we're going to name each part. Now in the center over here is an important portion, which I'll tell you what it is. Okay, so let's start labeling. So first, the colorful part of the flower. What is this part?
Petals.
Petals. This top portion, this portion that you see over here is the anther. All right. And this portion holding the anther is the filament. All right. And here is where the baby is formed. Basically like the stomach, no? The womb is there, no? The mother's stomach. This is the stomach of the flower where the baby is formed, which is the ovary. All right. And the leaf portion that is below the flower is called the sepal. All right. So this center portion over here is called the stigma. And just below the stigma, you have the style. All right. So the stigma, style, and the ovary. These three are very important parts of the flower without which reproduction is impossible. So they three together are known as the carpel. Basically, this whole portion is called the carpel. All right. And the anther and the filament together is known as the stamen. So normally they say stamen and carpel. So in that itself, all the 5 important parts will come. That is the filament, anther, stigma, style, and ovary. All right. When separately you have the petal and the sepal. All right. Are the parts clear to all of y'all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And this center portion over here is called as the receptacle. Clear? Okay. So now, so you know that the petal is the part where the flower is colored. All right. And the stamen is the filament and the anther together. Basically, this whole part. Right. Now, this portion is where the pollen producing part of the flower, usually with the slender filament. Now, I'm drawing the stamen separately over here. Okay. So these bees, all these, any of y'all heard the term pollination?
Yes,
What is pollination?
ma'am. Where bees or birds collect the seeds of a plant of a flower and
Okay.
pollinate them.
Okay. So basically, these bees, no, these honeybees or anything, what they do is they go sit on top of a flower. Okay. So when they're sitting on top of a flower, you've seen when you touched a flower, you have noticed there are powdery substances in the center. Have you all noticed that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
The powdery substance in the center. So all these powdery substances are basically like the eggs. Okay, they basically like the eggs of the plants. So these powdery substances, what they do is they stick on the legs of these bees, and when they land on the anther, this top is the anther. Remember that. Okay, the top of the anther, they leave these eggs, or these term is pollen grains. These are pollen grains. Okay, so these pollen grains, and that's why the name poly. Okay, pollen grains are transferred from one plant to another plant with the help of insects, is known as pollination. Okay, I'm saying the statement again. Listen carefully. The transportation of pollen grains from one plant to another with the help of bees and insects is known as pollination.
Ma'am,
All right.
Ma'am, can I explain pollination?
That's what I'm telling you. When bees go sit on top of another flower, all these pollen grains they stick on top of in the legs of these bees or insects. When these
Okay.
bees go and land on another flower or another plant, they leave all these pollen grains over there. So basically, the pollen grains are transferring from one plant to another. This is known as pollination. Am I clear to all of you all?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So now listen carefully. This is very, very important for all of you all. So these pollen grains, they travel in between. I'll make it a bigger diagram to be clear for all of you. This is very important, guys. It's very important for your higher studies also. So please listen carefully. That's why I'm like spending a lot of time with the diagram drawing. So it should be very clear for all of you all. Okay. So these pollen grains, they travel here. There is a tube in the center of the filament or the fringe of the stamen. Okay. This is known as the pollen tube. Okay, these pollen grains, they travel down. Okay, so this pollen, there is like these pollen grains are divided into three cells. Okay, so I'm just talking about one important cell. The cells that travel inside the pollen tube are known as sperm cells. The pollen grains that travel inside the pollen tube are known as sperm cells. Okay, so I'm repeating the process again. The pollen grain will adhere on top of the stigma containing a generative tube cell, that is basically the pollen tube. The pollen tube will grow into the style. You know that this is the style. Okay, it goes into the style. It's the style. And then it reaches the ovary. Just a minute, guys. Yeah, Advika, I've let you in. Hello. I've let you in the class. Okay, so I'm repeating the process again, guys. It goes inside the pollen tube to reach the ovary. Okay, so there's an ovary over here, which is a double layered cell.
Mom?
Yeah.
Mom, I'm rejoining it.
Okay, rejoin.
Your voice is very low.
Okay. Am I audible, Advika? Am I audible, Advika? Fine. So from here, from the pollen tube, it reaches the ovary. Okay, so it grows into the style where the generative cell, it will travel inside to form two sperms. So basically, these pollen grains that travel inside, they divide into two. Yeah, so they divide into two. Okay. Yeah, they divide into two sperm cells. These are only sperm cells. Okay. So these sperm cells only will enter into the ovary. Okay. So the ones that enter into the ovary are known as ovules. Okay. These are now ovules. And then you have, this much is enough for this grade. Okay. Then you have a lot of other processes. Yeah.
I'm not able to see your screen.
The rest of the class, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Please rejoin if you're not able to see my screen. Okay. So yeah. So basically there's also inside already in the ovary, you have the egg. Okay. This is the egg. You know that the egg is the female and the sperm cells are the male. Right? So they both fuse together, which is known as fusion, in order to produce a seed or a seedling. Okay. And then the baby is formed of the plant. All right. This is how it happens. This much detailing is enough for y'all. but there's more complications. So this much is enough for y'all. So I'm repeating the whole process again. An insect goes, lands on a plant. The pollen grain sticks to its leg. It comes and lands on the anther of another plant. And these pollen grains are released on top of the anther. On top of the anther, once they're released, even they reach the stigma, they also reach the stigma. So once it reaches the stigma, a pollen tube is formed. The pollen grains enter these tubes in order to produce 2 sperm cells. These sperm cells enter the ovary to become ovules. The egg inside the ovary fused together along with the sperm cells. This process is known as fusion. And further, the plant develops into a new plant. This is the whole process of reproduction in plant. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
No, ma'am, I didn't understand anything.
What is it that you don't understand, Mohanish?
Ma'am, these words are so much confusing.
That is not my problem. You have to study. You
I
have
know.
to. Yeah. Okay. So I hope it is clear to all of y'all. Okay. So the innermost part, the pistil and everything. Let me come to the pistil. Yeah. So you have the stigma over here. You have the stigma over here. You have the style over here. And you have the ovary over here. And all this together is known as the carpel. The carpel, you have another word also. It is also known as pistil. So if they ask you parts of a carpel or parts of a pistil, please know that it's the same thing. They are the innermost parts of the flower. All right. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, does every flower have a filament and anther?
Yes, every flower, only if they have, they can reproduce. But what do you say? Some of them are female and some of them are male. Okay, I'll tell you which are the female parts and which are the male parts of the flower. So you can't specifically, because very, very few plants have actually both the parts, male and female, like hibiscus. Hibiscus has both male parts and female parts, whereas some plants have only the male part, some plants have only the female part. I'll tell you what they are. Okay, give me a moment. This much is all clear for all of y'all. Any doubts you have till whatever I've taught so far?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, I want to explain what did you say.
Tell me.
Ma'am, so first you said hibiscus. If you cut the hibiscus, it will be like this. What is you're presenting on the screen? First diagram. Then you see that the parts of the flower, receptacle, sepal, carpel, pistil. But the main part is staple and pistil. If it's not there, then the flower flower cannot form, because these two things are necessary for flowers.
Okay.
Next, you explained about pollination. That means the bee contains grains. It it puts no. If it sits carry
And
pollen grains, then the plant will be pollen grain. Then the flower will be pollen grain full. Next, you said about female. That is called egg and ovary. Ovary, if it becomes mature, it is a seed. And sperms are male. Then you said the fusion process also. That's all, ma'am.
yeah, okay. You're right, Monish. You're fine. But you have told that the pollen grains completely becomes a flower. That is not possible. You didn't explain about the pollen grains becoming pollen tube. Okay, it's just a part of the flower. It's not the whole flower. So just correct that. Okay. So now going to the parts of the flower. So the male, First, we'll talk about the male parts. So male parts of the flower are the stamen. The stamen, it has the anther on the top. Sorry, stamen consists of anther. And what is the second part?
Ma'am, I'm rejoining it.
How many times will you rejoin, Advika? Please check for your network and come. I have to teach for the other students also, right? Okay, the anther. And what is the other part of the stamen? What is the other part of the stamen? This is the anther. This is the class. What happened? Deepika, are you there? Sritej?
Ma'am, filament.
Filament. Okay. So the other part is the filament. Okay. So this is the male part. The female part is the pistil. So you know that the top portion of the pistil is called the stigma. So it has a stigma. And what are the other parts?
Style.
Style and
Ovary.
ovary. Very good. So these three are, this is the parts of the female. So Sritej, since you asked, not all plants have the stamen and the pistil. Very few plants have both the stamen and the pistil, and one of the very few plants is hibiscus. Other flowers, they either have the stamen or they have the pistil, and how they reproduce is through pollination. So the male, so the bees or the insects, they transport pollen grains from the male to the female, and the female will reproduce.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So basically the flowers that have both male and female plants. So the ones that have female organs are female plants, male ones are male plants. So both male are known as bisexual flowers. So hibiscus is a bisexual flower. Okay. So example, you have hibiscus.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what is bisexual flowers?
They are flowers that has both male and female parts.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So hibiscus, sunflower, tulips. All these are examples of bisexual flowers. All right. And bisexual flowers are also known as hermaphrodites. This is not necessary. This is just a technical term. If you want, you can learn it. If it's not necessary. I won't be asking you all tests based on this hermaphrodite. They're also known as bisexual or hermaphroditic plants. All right. So yeah, this is it. Please make notes of it. I know there's a lot for this. Just don't leave it by drawing the diagram. Please take notes in such a way that you understood of whatever. So write in words that you understand. So it will be useful for you all when you're taking up test. So please write it down. So once you're done with this, we'll discuss the test answers. All right. Tell me your name and tell me done when you're done. And your homework will be to explain concept in detail. 1 minute.
What's the homework?
I'll write it down.
Ma'am, can I zoom it? Can I scroll up?
Wait a minute, Monish. Please make notes, guys. I'll be back in 2 minutes. One minute, guys.
Ma'am, can I zoom in the first diagram? Hibiscus.
Ma'am, this is Samya and I'm done.
And can you show the homework part?
Nee, Alumni electronic Mangala.
Ma'am, can you scroll up?
Ma'am, can you zoom in? Hibiscus.
Guys, all the letters are literally not that small. I've written it big enough for y'all to see. Please don't ask me to zoom in. I've zoomed out so that everything on the page is visible right now. After everybody is done, I can maybe zoom in for y'all. Okay, I've spaced the page in such a way that all the details on the screen is visible. Please don't ask me to zoom in. Okay, I'm not focusing on anything separately. Everything on the page is visible on the screen right now. Okay, so please take down the notes quickly and let me know.
Ma'am, I'm done. Aishwarya.
Okay. And also, if you all have any doubts, please clarify it.
Ma'am, I'm done, Deepika.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ma'am, this is Adrit. I'm done.
Okay, Abdul.
Ma'am, I am Ashfaq done.
Okay, sure.
Ma'am, this is Sritej. I'm done.
Okay. Who else is left? Can you please tell your names for whoever is left?
I'm Advika.
Okay, Advika, please be quick. You're not audible. How much more have you got, Advika?
Done, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Since all of you are done, we'll have with this, we're actually done with the whole lesson. So I'll upload it in your resources page. Please go through it. And if you have any doubt, please text me in my private WhatsApp. And now let's have a small quiz of whatever you've learned so far. So the order will be Saumya, Adrit, Advika, Aishwarya, Deepika, Sritej, Ashwath, and Mohanish. I'm telling the order again. Saumya, Adrit, Advika, Aishwarya, Deepika, Sritej, Ashwath, and Mohanish. All right. So I'll be giving you the wrong statement and I want you to correct the statement. First question. Stem absorbs water and minerals from the soil.
Yes, ma'am.
What? Yes, ma'am. I'm giving you the wrong statement. I want you to correct it. Please, all of y'all, I'm not repeating the question again. Please listen very carefully. Okay, so correct the statement that I'm saying. The first statement is stem absorbs water and minerals from the soil.
The roots absorb minerals.
Very good. All right. Next question. Leaves hold the plant upright.
I'm the stem.
Stem. Think again.
Roots.
Roots. Roots are the one that holds the plant tight to the soil. Okay. Next question. Roots conduct water to the leaves.
Ma'am,
Roots conduct water to the leaves.
Ma'am, stems.
Stems. Very good. Next. The number of sepals and petals in a flower is always equal. Okay. This is the correct statement. Chill. I'm giving another statement. Give me a moment. The petals are the female part of the plant.
ma'am, can you repeat the question once?
The petals are the female parts of the plant.
One second, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, there was a noise over here. That is why I sent them out. One second.
Yeah.
Ma'am, not the petals, the pistil, right?
Oh, yeah. Very good, Deepika. All right. The egg and the pollen grains fuse to form another plant.
Can you repeat?
The egg and the pollen grain fuse together to form another plant.
Egg and the pollen grain fuse together to make a bud, a baby plant.
Yeah, that is the statement. What is the correction? No idea?
No idea, ma'am.
Okay, I'll just give you the what is the mistake. Try to correct it with the correct word. It's not egg and the pollen grain. It's egg and something else. What is it?
Sperm cells.
Sperm cells. All right. All right. The anther is the colored part of the plant.
Ma'am, can you repeat?
The anther is the colored part of the plant.
Petal.
Petal. Okay. The style and the filament is the part of the male flower. The style and the filament is the part of the male flower.
Ma'am, I don't know.
Okay, next person.
Yes, ma'am.
The style and the filament is the part of the male flower. No idea.
Yes, ma'am. No idea.
Next person.
Yes, ma'am. It's my
Yeah.
turn. So, ma'am, the style and the stigma.
Wrong. Next person.
Ma'am, it's anther and the filament.
Anther and the filament. Very good. All right. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you the part of the leaf. I want you to name it. Okay. So, the center portion of the leaf is known as what?
Ma'am, anyone could answer or the order.
No, the order. After Advika. No, after Aishwarya. Who is it after Aishwarya? Who is it after Aishwarya?
Ma'am, me, ma'am. Oh,
Yeah.
my sister was away. Can you repeat the question?
The center part of the leaf is known as what?
Ma'am, ma'am, I don't know. Can you pass it?
Yeah, next person.
Ma'am, do you mean the center part, not the broad part?
No, the center branch.
Ma'am, the midrib.
The midrib. Very good. Next question. The full green part of the leaf is known as what? Who's after Sritej? Yeah, what is the green part of the leaf? You don't know means tell me you don't know, Samya.
Ma'am, it's not me. It's I think it's
Ma'am, it's Ashwat.
Ashwat.
Ashwath. Okay, why isn't Ashwath answering Ashwath?
Oh, ma'am, petiole.
No, it's not the petiole. Next person. The green part of the leaf. Nobody. Who's after Ashwath?
Mohanish.
Adrit.
Mohanish, you never answer any question, no? Mohanish.
Ma'am, we by mistakenly skipped this turn.
Yeah, I just noticed that right now.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
What is the green part of
Yes,
the
ma'am.
leaf called as?
Ma'am, is it?
Can you please type your answer, Mohanish? You're not audible.
Ma'am, is it?
You're not audible, Mohanish. Please type your answer. No, it's not chlorophyll. I'm not asking about the pigment. I'm asking about the body of the leaf. The green body of the leaf. Okay, anybody who knows the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
is it lumina?
It's the lamina. What happened to you all? What happened? Such an easy question. Okay. Okay. Next question. Please raise your hand if you know the answer. The attachment of the branch and the leaf start is known as what? Yes, Sritej.
Petiole.
Petiole. Very good. All right. Um. mm, mm, mm. Okay. Deepika, give me two functions of a stem. Deepika,
Yes, ma'am.
give me two functions of a stem.
Uh, Ma'am, is it passing minerals to the other parts of the plant?
Okay, water and minerals to other parts of the plant. Then,
And ma'am, that's it, I know.
okay, Soumya.
Ma'am, starch?
No, that is not related. Soumya.
Ma'am, it helps the plant to stand upright.
Okay. Okay, fine. So it holds the plant to stand upright, okay, but it's mainly the function of the root. So the main function is the stem. So for those who don't know, please make note of it. So the stem and its branches, you know that it will hold all the leaves to get maximum sunlight and everything. So without the stem, the leaves cannot stand. Secondly, the stem carries the water from the roots to other parts of the plant, and also the food that is made by the leaves, that is also carried by the stem to other parts of the plant. So the first thing is it carries water from the roots to other parts of the plant. It carries food from the leaves to other parts of the plant. And finally, the stem only bears all the flowers and fruits. Okay. So these are the functions. Please make note of it. And okay. If a plant has fibrous root, what type of venation will its leaves have? Please raise your hand.
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
If a plant has fibrous root, what type of venation are its leaves likely to have? Adrit?
Is it parallel venation?
Parallel venation. Very good. Okay. If a plant has leaves with reticulate venation, what kind of roots will it have?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
If a plant
Repeat the
has
question.
If a plant has leaves with reticulate venation, what kind of roots will it have? Please mute yourself, Mohani.
Ma'am, taproot.
Mute. Taproot. Okay. Next time, raise your hand. Okay. Please raise your hand so everybody gets a chance. All right. In which part of a flower can you find the ovary? Nobody's raising your hand. Nobody knows the answer. In which part of a flower you are likely to find the ovary? Yeah, Ashwath.
Hibiscus.
No, I didn't ask what flower. I'm asking which part of a flower. Aishwarya,
Ma'am, female flower.
female flower. No, I'm asking for the part again. Deepika,
Pistil.
Ma'am, pistil. Ma'am, is it pistil?
very good. Mohanish,
Ma'am,
please.
Mohanish said.
Okay, Mohanish, unless I call your name, I don't want you to unmute. Okay, very good, Deepika. Okay. Um, okay. How many kinds of plants are there? Raise your hand if you know the answer. How many kinds of plants are there? Yeah, Deepika? Deepika, you have raised your hand. Advika?
Ma'am, is it plus 1,000?
No. I'm asking there are 3 kinds of plants. What are the 3 kinds of plants? I told the answer 3. Tell me what are the 3 kinds of plants?
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, Mohanish?
Excuse me,
Ma'am, herbs and trees.
ma'am. Can I tell ma'am?
Please, one person talk at a time. Yeah, Mohanish?
Ma'am, you called me.
Mohanish, please check your network and then unmute.
Ma'am, did you call me?
Yeah, I did, and you didn't
Ma'am, we
respond.
have 3 types of leaves. No, plants.
Mohanish, can you please type down your answer, please?
Ma'am, should I say the answer?
Yeah, tell me, Deepika.
Ma'am, herbs, shrubs, and trees.
Okay. Why weren't you able to unmute earlier?
Ma'am, I had network issues.
Okay, fine. Okay, Mohanish, tell me, the lines on the leaf are called what? Can you type the answer, Mohanish? The lines on the leaf are called what?
Ma'am, can I?
Just a minute.
Ma'am, that are
Yeah, tell me, Mohanish, the question's for you only. What are the lines on the leaves called?
ma'am, I don't know.
Fine.
Ma'am,
So,
can I?
yeah, wait, Sritej, you asked me, right?
Ma'am, I didn't ask, but I want to share.
Okay, tell me.
Ma'am, veins.
Veins, okay. The process by which leaves can prepare their food is called what? Ashwat.
Ma'am,
The process by which
can you repeat?
the process by which leaves prepare their food are called
Photosynthesis.
photosynthesis. Very good. Okay, we have few more questions. Maybe we'll have it as a start or brush up. And we also have to discuss the question answer for the test, but the time's gone. So we'll see day after tomorrow. Okay, please, all of you all do your homework. Please don't give me any excuse. I can see like almost everybody are present today. So you have one whole day tomorrow. Don't waste your time. It's just one question. Please spend 10 minutes for your homework. Even if you're going out, even if you have network issue, whatever it may be, the 10 minutes is not going to do any harm. Okay, since it's a very important lesson, that is why I'm making you all focus on the homework questions. So please study. Okay, and next time I want you all to score full marks. This time I can see many of you have scored low. Okay, we'll see why that is in next class. Okay, I hope today's class was understandable. Any doubts anybody has?
No, ma'am.
Okay, great.
No, ma'am.
I'll see you all day after then. Okay, bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye
Bye, ma'am.
bye bye.